Nearly 350 new cases of coronavirus diagnosed in Israel in the last 24 hours, the highest number of COVID-19 infections since April, almost 40 of them in Jaffa. Emily Rose joins us now live from Jaffa, not too far from our studios. Emily, first of all, there is a surge in numbers, but then we're hearing on one hand that the government is concerned about it and Netanyahu is having a cabinet meeting to discuss the implications. On the other hand, we're hearing that they're easing the cultural industries with events reopening. So how do you explain the two coming together?
Yes, Ariel, it looks like there's conflicting messages coming from the top down. As you mentioned, on the one hand, Israel is saying that an easing of restrictions will happen when it comes to cultural events, allowing 250 people. On the other hand, we heard messages coming from the government earlier this week, even from the very top, saying that there wouldn't be an easing of restrictions until that curve was flattened. And if we're talking about Jaffa here, I just want to give you an indication, some numbers that were reported coming from the Tel Aviv municipality today. They were reported in Hebrew media specifically to Jaffa. So if we look at the past 2 weeks, on the 4th of June, from the 4th of June to the 15th of June, we saw a surge from 12 active cases in Jaffa alone to 166. And just to give you an indication of the gravity, that means that 39% of all cases in Israel by June 15th were from Jaffa alone. Still, in the neighborhoods that we passed on the way over here, there are certain restrictions, but not full lockdowns. So in certain neighborhoods, like the neighborhood of Ajami, not too far from here, schools were closed, gatherings limited up to 10 people, but not full lockdown. Several towns, certain neighborhoods in Israel South are on full lockdown, but still not a full lockdown in the entirety of the country. And many believe there likely won't be a full lockdown, but rather more pointed lockdowns in particular areas of infection.
Looking behind you, Emily, doesn't really seem like a lockdown is in place. Is there growing concern, though, in Jaffa and in Tel Aviv because of those high numbers?
Well, Ariel, we took a walk on the beach here just to talk to people, take the temperature, see what they're feeling about the situation. Take a listen to what they told us.
I didn't feel any police presence. I don't think there's enough enforcement. I think if you place restrictions, you need to also enforce them.
In some places, there are no restrictions and no corona.
There is no corona anyway. They are playing us. It's all a game.
We came here with a mask, meaning we're not indifferent. We hear that the infection rates are high, but here, as you see, no one cares. The government